Hi guys, welcome back to another Craft With Me video. My name is Maggie for those of you that are new, and today I have a fun and super easy way to bind a maybe journal without sewing. So a no-sew journal, is that how you call it? I don't know. I'll think of a name once I start posting or getting ready to post this video. So let me show you what we're going to need. I'm going to be using a scoreboard. I'm going to be using a piece of cardstock. If you remember in my haul on Monday, I did haul the, I shared the Paper Studio clearance items. And these are folded cards and envelopes. So we're going to be using those. And glue and something to score with. Because this is craft, that hard craft paper, I'm going to be using this little tool instead of using my regular bone folder. But this is pretty much all you need. So let me share with you what we're doing. Let's put this off to the side. Let's open this up, and I'm going to show you two different ways to use these. Now we're not going to use the envelopes, we're just using the folded cards. So now this is going to be very customizable. You can use any type of any size folded card. Am I getting envelopes in this? Yeah. Okay, let's put that off to the side. All we're using are these. Now I have shared projects on how to use the envelopes, so I'll see if I can get a couple of those listed down below, so you can see those, so that you can use up those envelopes. But normally I'm like, what do I do with these? What do I do with these cards? I like using the envelopes, but I don't use the cards very often in projects. So I know that this is probably not new. It's new to me, but I know that it's probably not a new method. But we're going to be using these. Now, what we're going to be needing is a piece of cardstock. Now, you can do it whatever size. Now, let me show you. You can use plain folded cards. You can use printed folded cards if you want to do that and make a little journal out of these. Now, these are just little, I don't know if these are vintage or not. But they came in a pack of stationery stuff that I bought from Goodwill. And so, you know, just use whatever you have. So there's that. Now you're going to be needing to cut your paper in the height of your cards. So this is 5.5. So I'm going to cut a strip of 5.5 by 6. I'm going to use 6 inches, and I think that that's a pretty good maybe amount, I guess. So let me get my paper trimmer out here, and we're going to cut 5.5 by 6. Okay, this is what we're using. And I'm going to get my scoreboard. Let me move this out of the way. Okay, so this is the 5.5 this way. So I'm going to be doing this. Now let me get, so the 6 inches is this way, okay? 5.5, 6 inches. So we're going to be scoring 1/2 inch all the way down. So we're doing 1/2, 1, 1.5, 2. So you get the idea. We're just going to go all the way down till we get to the end. Okay. So there we have it. We don't need this anymore, so I'm going to put that off to the side along with my little tool here. Now, the way we're going to do this is just accordion. So just go ahead. I'm going to start folding up. And I'm going to show you two ways how we're going to use this. Okay. I feel like every two, and now it's the binding is not going to come out perfect. Okay, so just kind of warning you, it's not going to be an exact, because of the folds and everything, you'll see. And I do have one that's completely decorated, and I will show you that at the end, but I kind of want to give you the gist of how to do the gist. Now we're going to do it with these ends up. See that? So we're doing W's. Okay, so we're doing with these two ends up. Now these little valleys, we're going to be gluing them down. So we're going to have all of these. Okay, so just the little valleys here, we're going to be gluing them down. So I'm just going to get my art glitter glue. Again, making sure that we have the two ends up. And so these valleys here, we're going to glue them down. And of course, you know, I don't know what is going on. I don't know if maybe this pin is too thin for my glue bottle, but it is always clogging. So let me go ahead and try to get as much as towards the end as you can. Now I'm just gonna press that down again with this part, that last end up. Okay. And we're gonna do it again to this one. And we're just going to keep going all the way down. I'm just going to give you the basic on how to do this. And of course, the decorating part of it is going to be up to whatever you want to do. I just feel like the decorating part is what takes forever, but I do want to give you kind of a little bit of an in detail type of flip through when I show you how I did mine or how I decorated it. So we just got one more, pressing that down. One more. And I'm just going to go ahead and close them all up at the same time. So this is a really cool way to, and I like the way the spine looks when it's done like this. So this is what we're working with. And I did it to where I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not counting these two ends here, but I'm counting just the valleys that we closed. I'm calling them valleys, mountains and valleys. Okay, so this is what we're working with. And now this is what we're going to do. I'm going to do it this way. So with the card open, see, here's the end. And so we're doing the first one. And I'm going to put this here, glue that down. Then we're going to glue this bottom part, and we're going to make this into a page and also a pocket. And then that'll go in here. Okay. So let's go ahead and do this one. Let's do this. I'm going to use this side. Okay. Now again, we're skipping that first end. And we're going to put this in here. I'm going to even this out with my mat, my craft mat, and press that down. Okay. Just trying to make it even here. And then this is going to go right here, but we're going to close off the bottom first. And then I'm going to put glue. I guess I could put glue on this side. Okay. And just hold that down and press that down. And we're going to keep going. I'll do another one so you could see again how I'm doing this. So here is the other one. I'm going to get another card. Let's just put glue here. This just seems to be a little bit easier. Okay. I'm going to put this in this way. Trying to put it all the way at the very end. Okay, pressing that down. And then I'm going to add glue to the bottom here, all the way to that fold, and then adding glue here. And then we're going to close that up. Okay. Let's keep her going. So once you get the first one, the rest are super easy to do. Okay, so then we're going to do this next one. Having that go all the way in. Adding glue to this bottom part. And I guess we could put glue here. Oops. Bringing that down. Okay. And we've got just two more. So I'm going to add glue to here. Adding it there. Trying to make sure that I have it even on the bottom. Pressing that down. Holding that down. Putting glue here. There. Pressing that down. And we have one more. So let's add glue here. Press that down. And then we're going to add glue once again on the bottom, adding glue to this part here, folding that back in. And then I'm going to add glue to this because this is going to kind of seal up our spine here. See that? Now you can, if you want to add, like this is going to be the front cover, but if you wanted to, you can add like your paper now. If you want to put like a panel of like printed decorative paper, I guess, you can put that on now. I didn't. I just did it after the fact and it was fine. And we're going to just add glue here. And close that back up. So this is our front cover. And there it is. Look how cute. That is our spine. And now we have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-page journal, no sewing, and we have pockets on the top. Now, if you want to add like the little thumb notch, I did. And I did do it after the fact. You can do it before. It's up to you. Now, we can add it. Let me see. I use this one. If you don't have the EK tools, because this is a lot flatter, you can use, like for example, you can do it just like this and have it on both sides. Let's just do that. That might be easier. So let's try to eyeball the center. I think about here. Now, I'm just going to use that as a guide. And keep using that as a guide. Now, again, this could have been done beforehand. So, ooh. I went through a little bit on the one before. So let's make sure that we don't do that again. See, way easier. And last one. And there we have it. See? Perfect. So now you can decorate it. You could have little tags or something on the top. I left my first one solid and my back one, I think. And I just did the thumb notch on this side, and you'll see that in a minute. But there is that. Not bad, huh? I love it. I think it's absolutely adorable. Now, let me show you a second way how to do this before I show you how I decorated mine. So again, we're going to get a piece of cardstock. Let me see if this is the size I need. Ooh, it is. Perfect. Okay, let me just cut it to 6 inches again. So let's cut this down to 6 inches. And we're going to go ahead and score it. Remember, the 6 inches needs to be here. So let me get my little scoring tool. And again, we're doing the same exact thing. I'm going to score every 1/2 inch. We're going to fold it accordion style. And then we're going to do the same thing with gluing down the valleys. So the spine part is going to be exactly the same. So let me go ahead and do that, and I will be right back so that I can show you how we're going to flip it. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I am back. I went ahead and did all of my folding and gluing down. So again, we have this, and we have our little ends here coming up. We have a little bit of glue coming out, but that's okay. So again, so this is the same. I just glued down the valleys and I left the ends open. See that? Okay. So now with this, with our cards, we're going to leave it to where it's open this way. So we're going to have double the amount of pages. So this is going to go like this. We can go ahead and glue this end down. And glue that. Okay. So let me see how I did this one. Yeah. Okay, I want to make sure that I'm doing this right before I show you. Okay, so we're going to do this. We're going to glue this part down here. Remember, leaving the open side open. So let's glue this down. This is going to be our very front flap. Putting this in this way. Okay. Keeping that down flat. And there is our first page. And then, I didn't glue that all the way down. Nope, I got to do that again. I did not glue that all the way down and I don't like it. So guess what? We're doing that again. It's okay. It's okay. Not a big deal. I just didn't check on the inside. So let's do that again. So again, we're going to glue that down. And this time I'm going to check and make sure that I have it all the way in. Okay, I'm not worried about that part because it's going to be covered anyway. So then we're going to keep going. And we want to make sure that this stays open, so we're not going to do, we're just going to keep gluing them down to the panel like this. Okay? So we're not gluing both sides or else it's not going to open. These two pages will not open. So we're going to just glue just the front side of each one. Okay? So again, do not glue this to the front one. We're keeping it this way. And this is the way we're going to be able to keep all of our pages opening correctly. This was supposed to be on the other side. It's okay. See that? Now we have two different pages. See? Now again, we're going to get another one. And we're going to just keep going. And this is going to go right here. So again, on the inside of that one, okay. Make sure that that goes all the way in. And then just pressing down. This would look really cute if you had like decorative cards, or if you have like a collection of cards that you want to, that you've been keeping, you know, from friends and family or something, and they all just happen to be the same size. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times there's like the standard, excuse me, the standard size of cards. And this spine is so customizable that you can actually use this spine and do it. I recommend the 6 inches in length, but, or you can do it more if you want it a thicker journal. But I think this is a perfect amount, just in my opinion. But you do you. But like I said, this would be really cute to kind of keep all of your cards and keep them in a little book. Okay. Just making sure that that gets glued in all the way. There's that. And then we have one more. And this is actually going to get glued on both sides. And I'll still be able to open. Okay, so let's glue this one down here. I'm doing one side first. And then I can glue this side down. And there we have, what do we call this? See, look at the spine. Doesn't that look cool? And now we have all of these pages. See? Now, had we actually glued this down, then this would be like this. And you can, if you wanted to, you can glue them down and make it like a side pocket or a top pocket if you wanted to kind of mix it up. You could do that too, but I'm keeping mine all the way open. See that? And there it is. Very cool, right? I think it's so much fun. So there it is. You have it reversed where you have pockets on the top, and this one gives you 5 pages with pockets, and this one gives you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This one gives you 12 if you do it with the 6 inches. But again, customizable, man. I think that's what I love about these type of projects, that you can pretty much do it, and I hope it kind of sparks different ideas for you to use it. Now let me show you what I did. And I did do both. I just didn't decorate the whole thing on the open one, but let me show you what I did. Here is the open one. This is the one that I did with all of the cards open the right way. And all I did was do the same thing, and I added decorative paper to it so it's ready to be added, to add pockets, to add ephemera, to add a bunch of fun little things. But not bad, huh? So there is that one that's open. And then this one, I have completely filled it up. And this one is the one that has, but this one I only did 4 pages instead of 5. This one has 5. But let me show you what I did. So this is the closure that I had actually shared that I got from Hobby Lobby on clearance. Michael, if you're watching, this is what I was thinking about. So this is just this little post. Let me grab, sorry, I have them all in these little things here. So this is this. And this is just a little thing that I got on clearance from Hobby Lobby. And I know a couple of you did share that you bought it because of what my idea was. And this is what I was thinking. So what I did was, let me show you. I just punched a hole with my crocodile and I screwed that in. And so it's kind of raised here now. And then this, I did an eyelet punch, and I got 6 inches of elastic, and I just tied it up, fed it through, and now I have my closure. Isn't that cute? I love it. I think it's so much fun. Okay, so there it is. And so here I just added a lot of fun little things. I added a little tag. See, I added tags to all of them, but I just added a little tag to this front one. And then we open it here, and I have my tag in here, and all of my tags, they all kind of match, but I did make them into journal cards. So there is that one. And then this is just a little collage, but I left it open so I can add my little fun ephemera that I have in here. This is already chipping, but that's okay. I kind of like it. Look at that. This is where I added I embossed with the embossing powder. I added onto vellum, and look at how cool the effect is. So yeah, I like it. So there is that. And so yeah, I just added a little collage and I left it open so that I can use it as a pocket. This is just a, sorry for the sirens. The cars are not moving out of the way. Sorry, I live literally 3 minutes away from our hospital, and so there's always sirens going down the street. But this is a an old vellum envelope that I just kind of repurposed. And here is one of the, these are the, what are they called? File cards, Tim Holtz. And I just decorated it. I did a bunch of decorating, and I added a little pocket. I added a tiny little tag, a little price tag here, and then another little tag here with the rub-on. So I put that in here. Then my next page, again, I did another, and like I said, they all kind of have like a little matchy type of deal. And then this house I kind of cut, and I left this one as a like a little side tuck. I only glued this end here, so this whole part is open, but it's perfect to just kind of tuck stuff in. And again, this is all ephemera that I've made before. So this is a little window playing card. Put that in there. This was gifted to me, so I don't know. I think this was a digital kit that she had bought. But one of my friends sent me a bunch of these, and so I wanted to use one in here, and I thought that this one was perfect. So I just added this little guy sitting on top of the roof. And then here is another of the little journal cards. Added that in here. Oh, first of all, look, the little traveler. This is not one of Tim Holtz. This is one I got from Amazon. So what I can link down below, I will. And then we open this, and this is one of the bottom parts of a paper bag. And all I did was add that in here. So made it into a pocket, added a little tab. And this in here is, again, one of the little file card pockets, Tim Holtz. And I decorated the front and back. And I added another little tag in here. I used the worn, what is it called? The worn wallpaper scraps. That's what I used to decorate this, but little fun pocket there. And it just folds down. I added another one of these little ID cards that was gifted to me. And then this, again, is one of the little file card, little, I don't know, but you know, it comes in that pack, Tim Holtz. And so I made it into like a little journal card. Enjoy the journey. I added this with my, my label maker. And then here I have another one. And so there is that, guys. So there we have it, all nice and decorated. I used paper that was gifted to me from, which paper is it? I forget. It was gifted to me. I'm trying to see if I have it around here somewhere. Yeah, it's these. It's this brand, Studio Light. So this is what I used to decorate the paper, this booklet. But that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this super easy way to bind a little journal using your file card, your like, I guess, greeting card type of things, your cards. So I just thought that this was a really fun way. So I hope you guys really enjoy it. It was a lot of fun to kind of work around and see how it comes out. But I think it worked out great. And again, very customizable. You can do with any size cards. Just kind of adjust the size of the height of your cards. And that is pretty much it. So again, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all that jazz, and I will see you in our video on Friday. And in regards to, what was it, the Tim Holtz folio thing, oh my gosh, I wasn't expecting that that many comments saying that yes, you would like for me to start a series of decorating it. So I'm thinking, I don't know if I want to do it this Friday or next Friday, but we'll see. I kind of have to get ideas before I start working on it. But I'm so happy that everyone wants me to do that. And I think that that's going to be so much fun because it's already made. All we have to do is go in and decorate it. And I know a lot of you have been hoarding yours like I have. And so yeah, let's work on it together. I think that would be so much fun to do. So we're gonna work on it. So I'm thinking probably next week. I think we'll start it next week so that I can get ideas and kind of work around and get my list of things that I want to do and add and all that jazz. So let's work on it. I'll start it next Friday. Okay, so we'll start doing that. But again, thank you so much for commenting. Thank you so much for letting me know. And I really appreciate you guys. And I will see you on Friday with another video. Have a great day, guys. Bye.